Okay, so now getting back to the actual shooters, they said that the couple lived in the Redlands, a community in the San Bernardino area. What stood out to me right away about Redlands was that it had this gematria of 77, a number that was coded into this shooting as well as the recent Colorado Springs Planned Parenthood shooting. Notice that police officer and police department also have gematria of 77. They said at their Redlands home they found the 223 rounds, which go with the AR-15, which they often call the long weapon. They say this shooting took place at 11 a.m., which has gematria of 77, probably no coincidence. With regards to 77 and 223 is the coding for the synagogue of Satan. Judaism equals 77, the synagogue of Satan equals 223. The American meridian is the 77th meridian that cuts through Washington, D.C. On September 11th, 77 was coded into the event. Flight 77 hit the 77-foot-tall Pentagon on the 77th meridian in its 77th minute of flight. And as I just said, in the recent Planned Parenthood shooting, 77 was heavily coded. Colorado Springs equals 77. The police woman spokesperson, Lieutenant Catherine Buckley, equals 77. It was for Planned Parenthood, PP. P's the 16th letter. 16 has a numerology of 7. 1 plus 6 is 7. PP, 77. And think about Planned Parenthood and babies in light of this story, a young couple with a 6-month-old baby. Also, one of the first images put out of what was reported to be the shooting massacre was this shot of the San Bernardino police in military fatigues with a police car, F0707. Zeros don't count in numerology, 77 right in front of your face. And Truth Seeker, what this made me think of when I heard that it was a man and woman is it goes, when have I heard this before? And I jogged my memory and I remembered about the Miller shooting. There was a couple, the Miller couple, man and wife, who shot up Las Vegas on June 8th, 2014. That shooting was exactly 77 weeks ago, the last shooting by man and woman. If you forgot that story, here it is, the 2014 Las Vegas shooting, June 8th, 2014 in northeastern Las Vegas, Nevada. A married couple, Jared and Amanda Miller, committed a shooting spree. They picked very small targets, which seems ridiculous. I mean, if you're going to go to Vegas and shoot it up, why not go in the middle of a casino and lay waste? Instead, they shot up a pizza joint. Look at what time the shooting began, Truth Seeker, 11:22. And here's what else is curious about June 8th. Well, let's also note that the name Miller has a gematria of 33. But June 8th, which can be written 6/8 or 8/6, corresponds perfectly with Las Vegas, which has a gematria of 86, a special number. The words symbol, triangle, and pyramid all have gematria of 86. The Hiroshima bombing happened on August 6th, 1945. In this shooting, the weapons blamed were Smith & Wesson handguns and Ruger handguns, 74 and 33 coding, just like the gematria of handgun. And of course, 33 in the name. Earlier, I mentioned how this shooting has connections to the Paris, France shooting. I want to remind you that 222 was a big number in the Paris, France shooting. In the Paris, France shooting, we got a lot of connections from the Eagles of Death Metal band. I have a video series on the Eagles of Death Metal interview with Vice and what a propaganda piece that was. Let me just show you the further connections and how the Eagles of Death Metal music might have honestly foreshadowed even this shooting as well as the Paris, France shooting. France is most known for the Eiffel Tower, which is named after Alexandre Gustave Eiffel, who has a name gematria of 222. They tell us that the Paris, France terror attack blamed on ISIS lasted 222 minutes. Notice that his name in Pythagorean gematria sums to 96, like the number for Freemason. The band, Eagles of Death Metal, were performing where supposedly 89 people were killed. This band on their album cover routinely puts their acronym. Their acronym has Jewish gematria of 89, like the number of people supposedly killed at their concert. It has English gematria of 222. the number of the San Bernardino attack and the Paris, France attack. And again, San Bernardino equals 222. In the beginning, we talked about how it was established on August 10th, the 222nd day of the year, and the shooting came 114 days after its birthday, December 2nd. Remember, this band has a song called Secret Plans off an album released 7 years ago. 7 represents complete in numerology. That song is about something going on around midnight, much like the Paris attack. It runs 2:22 in length. Also, on their album, Where Kiss the Devil Is, the song that was being sung supposedly when 89 people were killed, the 11th song is Kiss the Devil. The 13th song is San Berdu Sunburn, which is about going to San Bernardino. Remember, the Paris attack was on November 13th, written 11/13 or 13/11. I really don't think this is a coincidence. The album that this is off of is called Peace, Love, Death Metal, which has gematria of 74, like Masonic. The album runs 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Masonic equals 444 in English gematria. Now check this out, Truth Seeker. They say this San Bernardino shooting started at 10:59 in the morning. 0 doesn't count in numerology. Eagles of Death Metal equals 159. And in my Paris, France videos, I showed how they kept coding this number in the headlines. The police department, the fire department, first got the call at 11:14, 15 minutes later. Think about 1114, like 114 for San Bernardino. It's something else, isn't it, Truth Seeker? Some things can be a coincidence, but with all that we've seen prior to this, it leads me to think that this really is how it's all been scripted. You have to remember that the media, the record studios, Hollywood, the sports leagues, they are all run by the Freemasons. I continue to prove this. I've been proving it for more than 2 years on this blog and on this video channel. And with regards to the sports leagues, yesterday, December 3rd, they brought out the detail that a New York Giants football player is the cousin of somebody who was killed at the Holiday Public Health Department shootout that was. It just sounds so ridiculous saying it out loud. The player who said he's related to the cousin, here's why I think he was chosen, Truth Seeker. You have to remember, these men who play in these sports leagues, they are sellouts for the most part. They take big checks and deceive their fans, the people who provide the money for them to be paid the dollars that they are. They go out on these sports fields and play in rigged games that are predetermined, just as these shootings are. These are the tactics of the Freemasons. If you don't think pro sports are rigged, watch my videos. I've been predicting sports championships and in months before they happen, all because I know this code. Anyhow, Nat Burhe, he's out for the season. His career could be over with his injury. He might be the perfect candidate to participate in a hoax. The reason they have people do this is because so many people trust pro athletes. You know, they'll say, how could it be a hoax when Nat Burhe said his cousin was killed? Well, because Nat Burhe's a Freemason, a sellout, a liar, and is probably getting paid to participate in the lie. But check this out. This story came out December 3rd. His birthday gives him a life number of 123. He has a life number that corresponds with the date December 3rd. Also, the word conspiracy equals 123. His birth numerology is also a date with 33 coding. Today, as I make this video, it is reported that Scott Weiland died, the musician from the Stone Temple Pilots and Velvet Revolver. He also has these exact same life numbers, 123 and 33, and they're saying he died on December 3rd. Musicians, actors, they routinely die by their birth numbers. Scott Weiland, just another example. I will do a video on that as well. But Nat Burhe, this guy is just another liar contributing to misinformation. He probably did it because his career's over, which is probably why they asked him to do it. They found the guy who had the right life numbers in the right career position. And look, he's willing to say, sure, my cousin died. Why not? Here's a story I covered earlier this year, the beating of an unarmed man on the ground by San Bernardino police. The officer blamed is John McMahon, having named gematria of 114, just like San Bernardino. These are stories contributing to the race war, building the ongoing tension that we are being plagued with as a public in this nation because of our media and government. Remember what terrorism is: government by intimidation, government by propaganda. Also, as I routinely point out, these shootings, they serve multiple purposes. They scare the public. They allow the government to make war, to make police state agenda. They also boost gun and ammunition sales, because every time they happen, more and more people go out and buy guns and ammunition thinking the government might shut it all down. The beneficiaries from these shootings are both sides of the spectrum. The NRA, which has gematria of 33, benefits. Remember, Newtown, Connecticut, where the Sandy Hook shooting happened, is the home of the nation's second biggest gun lobby. Behind the NRA, Newtown equals 33. The entire Newtown shooting was coded with 33. And look at the number breakdown. All fives with a 26 in the middle. They said 26 killed in Newtown on 12/14. On 12/14, 12 plus 14 equals 26. 26 killed. This time it's December 2nd on 12/2, 14 killed. 12 plus 2 is 14. It's all mathematics. Anyhow, NRA 33, police 33, federal 33, FBI established on a date with 33 numerology, who's feeding us these facts. These are all the beneficiaries of these Freemason-sponsored shooting hoaxes. And all of these entities are controlled by the Freemasons. Now, this is the last point I want to make. If our government truly is going into places and killing people, including children, that makes these atrocities even worse than I'm reporting. Because what I'm saying they're doing is hoaxing and creating false identities for the propaganda. It is possible I am wrong and they truly are killing people. That said, when I look through the victim names, it stands out right away. From the list of 14, the first two stories they tell of are a man named Robert and a man named Isaac, both 33 names. The first man's name is Robert Adams, which sums to 44, the kill number. Sometimes it's possible it's a coincidence, but really, truth seeker, I think they are just making it up by the numbers, hoaxing us as they go. There's another image I want to show you, the image they put out of the shooter, the man, the married man with the 6-month-old baby. They gave us this image right here, truth seeker. This is the only image I've seen of him to date. Very blurry, very pixelated. It looks like it could be anybody. Honestly, it looks like it could even be me. In that picture, it almost looks, I mean, it really could be anybody. These are the signs of the hoax. There are no cameras in existence that take pictures this bad at this day and age. They do this every time. Same coded numbers, same blurry images, same nonsensical details. If this was really ISIS, if this was really trying to make an impact, they'd be in Times Square shooting up everybody. They'd be in a major mall shooting up everybody. They'd be at a sports event shooting up everybody. Not a dinner party for a health department in San Bernardino, the home of McDonald's. So I hope you learned a lot. I hope you see who's responsible. I hope you see what the agenda is. I'm going to be doing more videos, Truth Seeker. Please subscribe if you're not already. Please check to make sure your subscription still exists. YouTube actively unsubscribes my subscribers. It's all part of the truth suppression. First YouTube video ever uploaded on the 113th day of the year, April 13th. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.